to see those storms across the Northeast. That's where we could see some severe storms as well as the eastern plains, and cannot certainly rule out a quick moving, brief, gusty storm here in the metro area as well. So topping our weather headlines, talking about the storms, but really the other big story, and has been a big story for a while, is the heat. We're talking about 90s most of the week, all the way through Thursday. In fact, we could get to record heat on Thursday. We are going to keep tabs on that day. Also tracking dry storms today and tomorrow, as well as a cool down and some storms that actually will produce some much needed precipitation on Saturday. A lot of gusty, dry storms we've been tracking. Again, a lot of dry air at the surface, so any type of rain that falls, likely a lot of it will evaporate and create some very strong winds. So we've been dealing with some gusty outflows as well, and will continue as we head through the afternoon into the evening hours. Right now we're at 87 degrees outside the 9 News studios. Winds not an issue here, north-northwest 4 miles per hour. But again, we are making our way to temperatures in the low 90s. That's our forecast highs for today. Temperatures already, check it out, Lamar 101, 93 in Burlington, Ray 95, a little bit cooler up across the, again, the Northeast, where we do have some cloud coverage and some storms moving through. So for the metro area, 92 degrees, that's our forecast high. Mostly sunny skies. We have about a 20% chance for a brief gusty storm between about 3 and I say about 8 o'clock. So south of the metro, likely seeing some activity as well. I'll head back. It went a little bit too quick. So forecast highs again, mainly in the 90s. Across the plains, although we already seen triple-digit heat down across the southeast corner, a little bit milder and cooler, 70s and 80s in the mountains. So today, if we make it into the 90s, not quite there, but close, we will be the 43rd. It will mark the 43rd day in the 90s or above so far this year in the metro area. But here's a live look at a radar, and we can clearly see those storms moving through Elbert County right now into Lincoln County, up Phillips, Sedgwick counties as well. This is exactly what we knew. We do have a threat for more severe weather across the Northeast, but again, can't rule out those damaging winds. We're talking about 50, 60, 70 mile per hour winds and hail. It could be a threat with these storms as well. So again, as these storms move through, certainly seeing the lightning, hail, as well as those damaging winds as these storms move through. And again, very scattered in nature. So again, we have a decent chance, around a 20 to 30% chance we'll see one of those moving through the Denver metro area as well. So as for severe thunderstorm risk, you can see everywhere in green. That does include the metro area, and it's actually edging a little bit west since earlier today, and a little bit higher risk, we'll call it slight level 2 risk across the northeast corner of the state. And again, mostly a damaging wind threat, but could get some hail with these storms as well, certainly lightning, some rumbles of thunder, and a little bit of rain associated with these. So again, some rain, brief, gusty winds, and some lightning associated with these storms as we put our forecast into motion. Here, this is 3:30. You can see those storms moving across the metro area as well. And still those storms continuing to remain fairly strong to severe out across the eastern plains through the dinner hour. And then we start to clear out about 7, 8, 9 o'clock, although down across the southeast corner of the state, likely seeing some isolated storms through about the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock hour tonight. So as we take a closer look at the metro area, this is 3:30, and you can see those storms starting to make their way through the metro area. Certainly the stronger storms to the south and to the east, and up there across the far northeast corner of the state. But again, after about 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, could hear those rumbles, feel the winds in the metro area. Will it impact the Rockies game? The Rockies hosting the Dodgers tonight, 6:40. I think those storms will have passed. Slight chance we could get a thunderstorm at first pitch. Still going to be warm in the 80s. First pitch, 5th inning, and the 9th inning down into the 70s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. We do have a chance for an isolated afternoon storm. Again, mainly dry storms. 94 degrees. That's our forecast high for tomorrow. Each day this week as we head towards Thursday, we're getting a little warmer, and then getting close to record heat on Thursday. Forecast highs for tomorrow going to be in the 80s and 90s once again across the plains, 70s and 80s in the mountains. So you got the ridge of high pressure building, and we get that ridge of high pressure in place. That means hot, dry weather, and that's going to be the case over the next several days. However, it's going to kind of move off to the south and west as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's going to allow for much cooler air to move in. A little bit of relief from the heat as well. It's a better chance for rain-producing storms to move in, and this is going to be key. So great news to get that rain associated with these storms, cooler weather, so a little relief from the heat. We got 4 days of very hot weather, then we're back down in the 80s on Friday, a 40% chance for some afternoon showers and storms. Same goes for Saturday and Sunday, temperatures in the low 80s. That is a quick look at your weather on this Monday. Thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus. And again, we will keep tracking those storms. The biggest threat, again, will be those damaging winds, lightning, as well as hail. We'll keep tracking those storms throughout the afternoon. Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin will have your latest forecast and the timing of the storm, especially here in the metro area, 9 News at 3 o'clock. And always, you can tune into 9 News Plus here for your latest weather forecast. That's it for me at this 2 o'clock hour. Thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Keely Chalmers. Have a great day.